Okay, hello. So this is a virtual tour for Kintyre on Oubas Hill in Ulverston. I'm starting off with this epic view, but I must admit it's absolutely wonderful because the Hoad is the iconic monument of the town, and you can see it from most of the rear windows and the garden, and it's just it's a wonderful backdrop really. So zooming back out, this is the approach to the house, so you can turn around at the top here, and generally what we do is they kind of keep clear free area for themselves, and the neighbours trying to respect that, so you kind of park here unofficially, but you've obviously got the driveway. And then one of the nicest things I think, so you follow this road, it turns into the path at the top of Ford Park, and then Ford Park is community park at the moment. You've got children's play bits, and then you've got an actual cafe as well, so you can bamble along here all the way into town without even going down to the road. So it's very pleasant, especially if you've got children. And obviously you can take the various routes, one just up there by the gold car, on your way up to Hoad. So the garage, I'm not really doing it justice, I don't think. This is used as a home gym at the moment, so obviously it's fully out, proper floor down and matting and so on and so forth. But obviously you can use it to store a vehicle, a hobby room, whatever you want. I mean, it's with it being done out properly and everything but heated, you've got power, lighting, etc. You can do a whole host of things in there. And then what we continue down to another wonderful feature of the house, which is this quite expansive garden space. And what they've done is they've done different seating areas, so you can make the most of the sun right during the day. So you've got this first patio area, which will be pleasant enough on its own, but really this is one of your sitting areas here. And I'm not going to show you through because there's quite a lot of stuff and bits and bobs in here, but there's a downstairs aspect to the garage, so imagine the footprint is exactly the same as the upstairs. So it's quite a large area, there's power in there, and then that can be used for extra utility like a fridge, freezer, but it's great for bikes and bits and bobs and just all those extra things that you want out of the way really. So it's just really handy for storage as well as having the top garage. So you've got a little wood store, and this patio area continues. It's wonderful from the front. And then what we've done is they've done another seating area here, just because you tend to get the sun along the front for the bulk of the day, so that makes the most of the sunny aspect of this garden. So now we have noted with the garden, wonderful as these gardens are, they require a bit of work. Now if you want to do the garden yourself, wonderful, that's fine, as long as you do want to do it. But if not, we'll probably present options to have the garden tended for you and have someone come and, well, maybe not do the grass, maybe do the borders and the hedges and bits and bobs. But it is something you need to consider. It's just these gardens, as I say, they're wonderful, but they do require a bit of work, and it's fine if you want to do it yourself, but if not, then obviously you may want to ask for a bit of help with that, and we can include that in the rent or whatever. We can talk about that. And then again, coming back from the bottom of the garden, you're looking up, you've got the Hoad just peeping in the distance there, grassed area down here, and loads of options for sitting. So as a garden for entertaining, it's great really. There's a little gate down to the road at the bottom, but to be honest, apart from putting the bins out, we don't really use that much. The landlord says it's a bit of a Christmas thing. They don't really use it at all anymore, apart from the bins. They tend to come in via the rear for obvious reasons, because it's just easier. So what I'll do, the landlord's hiding inside, so I'll take you up to the front door, I'll pause it momentarily, and then I'll swap and I'll show you inside. Okay, so coming on through, you can see the whole front of the house is really open, and it just enjoys the views over the garden. You can see the view over town, over to the edge of Birkwig and so on and so forth. And the current owners have developed this. Obviously been a house that's been extended over the years. It's an older property that's had additions onto it, which is really handy because you're able to make it more practical. So you've got this downstairs loo or half bath, depending on which side of the pond you're from. So it's quite handy downstairs. A little bit of a boot room for shoes and bits and bobs, and then some utility space for washing and drying. And this just wraps round and brings us back into this first part of the reception room. You've got, you can see straight away, it's just a very nice house. Everything's nice and contemporary, it's in very good order, and you've got these charming features like the stone detail to the wall and the unique mantle and fireplace, and that's a wood burning stove, so in the winter months you can use that to heat the property, and that really will heat the house. Will that the little fans just used just to spread the heat around. And again, even from this side, which is like the snug side as it were, you get a lovely view. You can see down just to the edge of the canal, and you probably can't see if I just zoom in there, maybe just see the sheep. That's the first field I think on the canal, which is just across the road, a short walk away. So I like this because you've got the option, you've got a little bit of a snug here, so if it's just a couple of you in the evenings, you're nice and cosy, but it all opens up to this other side of the reception space, so if you've got guests, so there's more of you, there's ample room for that. Again, you've got these trendy little glass blocks leading us into the dining area, which is open through to the kitchen. And again, you're kind of looking up really, because you lower down on this side, and as you look out the window, there's our old friend the Hoad. So lovely space, because it's nice and open to the kitchen, which is what really I think the dining rooms need to be, so that if you are actually entertaining, people always dream about entertaining, having people around, but most of the time you're just talking to your children or your family while you are putting the tea on. It's nice because it's all open, ready for you to do that. So gas hob, which is always better than electric hob in my opinion, and then an electric oven here, and fridge freezers tucked away in this little unit there. And then down here, what we're too nosy because the current guys are still living here, but you've got a dryer tucked away, a microwave, and a proper pantry in there, which is really handy. And then obviously the kitchen area, so ample space of wall and base units, and a dishwasher as well. So just to show you, so this comes back round, it's open to where we were with the half bath and the washing machine, back through the lovely lounge, and then I'm going to take you upstairs. So upstairs, the current tenants are a young couple, so they don't use all the bedrooms, so there's various options as to how you want to lay things out really, but obviously this is, we feel, the main bedroom. A lovely space, and then I'm not going to open it, but you've got this triple wardrobe, and it's all done out properly, so you've got rails and things, so it is a really practical wardrobe space. It means you don't really need a cupboard in this bedroom. And then if we hop along, you've got, which is another bedroom really, but it's used currently by the current owners as a sitting room. This I think is a sofa bed, and that door there leads us up to the attic space. We're not going to go on about, but there is some storage up there. And then why I love this room is you just got that wonderful view of the Hoad. So you really can actually see yourself sitting in there in that little window seat while you're doing homework or working from home and so on and so forth. But I think it depends obviously on how many children or who's living here. I think a lot of people will have this as a second lounge, but you know, if you need it for a bedroom, that's obviously ample size for that. So again, similar with this room really, it is in effect a single bedroom, but I know we're going to whiz through because there's pictures and things, but the current guys have got it as a home office, and again you've got this wardrobe space inbuilt here. So although it isn't a massive bedroom, you've got to remember you don't need a wardrobe in this room, and because you've already got a lot of storage in there. And then as we go along the hallway, got this lovely bathroom. This is pretty new, I think they've only just put this in last year or so. Lovely feature with that mirror, the light behind it. Nice vanity unit with a feature sink, and then a bath and a good sized shower as well. Just like a double shower enclosure. They're properly done as well. You see a lot of them with an open door, and all that happens is the water comes flying out, and it's hard work quite frankly, but this little offshoot screen just stops you get splashing water all over the floor. And if you have got children, you'll know it's just much handier to have a bath as well. So there we are. And then probably the second bedroom, it's obviously a choice, it's slightly smaller than the main bedroom, but it's a nice double. And again, you've got an inbuilt wardrobe here. Just look from this side, and you can see from the view you're looking out across town, across the road to the top of Birkrigg, etc. Okay. So I'll wander back through, but just to recap, this is Kintyre, the house is called, at Oubas Hill, Ulverston. As if you don't know the area, it's a wonderful, charming little market town, close to BE Systems, really, for those who are working there. It's about a 15-minute drive. But the property is presented furnished. I'm taking this video super early, as just to get things ready for someone that we think is coming over to have a look. So the furnishings, there's some flexibility on those. And it'll probably be available for several years. The information you can find more on there's obviously the other videos on the YouTube channel, the Facebook page, but the best thing to do is go on the website. It's www.pclettings.com. There's loads more information, maps, frequently asked questions, etc. But this is definitely a property where you have to book viewings in advance, of course, and we'd need to go through some pre-application questions as well. And then basically you can either email Lynn or Sophie at pclettings.com for information, or ring on 01229 831111. Thank you very much for watching.